Good evening. This is Coach Shah. I am going to do a reading from the book I wrote for my baby girl, Miana. It's 101 Love Notes from Dad. And I'm going to read just a few poems in the book. For those of you who have the book right now, I'm going to read um, the beginning, the dedication part, and then the first poem in the book. And I may read one or two, but just a celebration of who she is and what she has been for me. I've been doing a series of videos lately, and this video has happened to be one that I wanted to do specifically for her. And here is dedication. This book is dedicated to my beautiful daughter, Miana Lachey Smalls. 2019 was an extraordinary year for both you and I. Nevertheless, we've found our daddy-daughter bond has the elasticity needed to remind us that we can overcome any and everything together. To those whose hearts consume with these 101 love notes, remember that parenting is not easy. Remember that both parents are required and hold an irreplaceable stature in their child's life. My sole purpose for this to shine a piece of the Creator's light on the relationship I share with the daughter and I. May these notes help build stronger family bonds and relationships with everyone who journeys down this path of love with us. With this book, I grant thee every entry needed. Within every page and keystroke, I have spread more of me than I could imagine. And it's all for you, so that you never have to wonder what true love feels like. And it should always sound like my voice whispering unto you. With this book, here we are, as we have always been, and will always remain as it was written, a pair, sharing the fundamentals of unconditional love. And with you, I now know love and what it means to feel love, finding its clear path through this world. And with this book, I hope to confirm why I make sure you never touch a door handle when I am near. And that you never forget why I run to you whenever there are bad dreams. And when unfriendly people make you feel unwelcome. With this book, I hope to umbrella those unpleasant moments. I hope to catch you when life pulls the rug from where you're standing. With this book, I want you to remember those times when no one else would answer. And when it seemed like no one else can come to your side, always remember why I come. Never question why I run to you or why my mornings become brighter. And somehow find the wings needed to usher in the only smile that melts me away. With this book, I want you to remember the higher power. Believe in that which makes you a better person and know that coincidence and God cannot hold the same space. You should believe in destiny. Have the courage to be bold and know that your presence keeps this world in its balance and spinning on its right axis. With this book, we may not change the world, but we can give every bit of who we are to this world, and they will come to know us, and they will know how powerful and beautiful the most precious four-letter words in this world truly is. With this book, we can make the clouds gather and make the moon rainbow itself behind the dancing stars. With this book, the piano sounds a little sweeter. The chords feel just a little more fuller than the last Sunday. And the guitar strings, they marry the fingers and the ears within every measure. With this book, I hope God is pleased. And I hope the sun shines just a little longer. With this book, I pledge to you just as sure as I'm writing these words. With this book, every eye shall know that I love you. Every ear will witness how dear you are to me. And with this book, I grant you the access to every part of me, just as you run through every chamber of my secret heart. With this book, I share the deepest notions of my heart. And with this book, baby girl, Daddy says, I love you. Let's just read love note number 1. There will come a day it's going to feel like the sky has opened and heaven's sunlight wants to meet you for the first time. On a day will come and there will be someone standing there and his voice will know how to make your heart better than you know it. He's going to know all the right things to give your smile a new reason to live. And he's going to connect your funny bone to the baritone within his voice. There will come a day when a man will call you names that make you feel like a kid in the candy store. And he will answer all of your questions before they take form within your thoughts. A day will come and he will make you forget everything that once had your attention and every affection that made your pulse race. And I'll be happy and afraid at the same time. But more importantly, I will be here, holding on to the very space that no one else could ever fill. The space that the Creator made for just you. I promise to be a security guard and watch a man. I promise to be a listening ear and do my best to not bias, take a backseat. There's going to come a day when someone else will become your main attraction. And it will seem like he has an open invitation to your happiness. There will come a day when the earth will begin to spin in a new direction. And your balance will depend on his reaction to your flickering eyes. There will come a day, baby girl, when love will blind you. But I promise I'll always be here when you need me. I promise this, for I am and always will be your first forever love, Dad. Love note number 5. On the morning you came home, I danced my way to the store. I remember seeing the sun so bright I could barely see the street signs. It felt like God removed a veil from my eyes, and now I can see things I've never known existed. I can see things I've somehow missed along this journey of mine. One, on the day you brought you home. You were gift wrapped in an infant blanket and sheltered you from the February cold. Your face matched mine to the T. It seemed like I stared in the mirror for hours a day, watching myself sleep, watching myself nourish for the very first time in the confinements of our home. The morning you came home, 2 days after Valentine's Day became a new thing. The day you were born made that holiday a new thing. On the day you came home, with the sun blinding everything but your infant voice, the cries that told me to hold you and wrap my arms around the most tender package I've known. On the day you came home, I found my breath. Your name became my holy anthem. I bathed in your whimpers and the lights and then your drooling. It was in a way that only a father could enjoy. Everything had your name on it, because everything became you. And you, well, you became everything on the day you came home. I don't know why there's a bookmark on this page, but Love Note 18. By now, I've forgotten how many hospital stays there were. When they couldn't figure out why you didn't feel well. When the doctors had no clue and all they could do was guess what was wrong with you. We cried and we prayed. And I watched your mom turn herself inside out for you once again. The doctors kept guessing and shrugging their shoulders at the same time. I was so lost. We were so confused. And those return visits felt never ending. There was a time after we stayed at a CMC for another spell, they released you just in time for the cookout in South Carolina. And we congregated at a place where sweat ran like something was running away from itself. A place where the sun found its coziest spot has ever known, and you became ill once again. And then the other time when they released you, as soon as you received your grandparents home, you became ill again, and our return was so fast, we ended up in the same room we just left. The same room we were discharged from. The nurses were so nice. Your brothers, they were there for a visit, and the four of us made the hospital bed our home again. Still, the doctors did not know. They made suggestions, but you were only months old. The only voice you had was a cry, the language that only spoke to our hearts and not our understandings. But we sat there and we prayed, and we decided the last time what we thought was the best thing for you. We went, we tried it, and it worked. And now we have our baby girl. And she found a way to heal us all with laughs. And those are the laughs that we now share together. I'm going to skim through. Let's do 27. This book is very emotional for me. Love Note 27. And on this morning, while the sun began to wink through the final shading of last night, I fumbled with the remote. There was a song in my head, and maybe I dreamed it, but it played its way through my eyes open. I had to hear it. And the TV powered up and YouTube presented its icon. So I typed in, "People get ready." The moment the video started, I laid my head against the blue pillow, and my face, as always, cracked, my smile open, and my first beautiful thoughts, I knew you were asleep, but I still wanted to run to you. I wanted to make my way to your home and wrap these arms around my princess. See, I want to shelter you from the cool air of this day. I want you to feel secure and safe, and help you find some peace. Even if it's only short-lived, still, I want to grant you all that I have. I promise I will. Love, Dad. And when the day begins, Love Note 28, after the first stretch of the day, when your name captures me like ocean waves on the settling sands, crashing strong enough to force joyful tears and memories that remain the lifetime of forgiveness and togetherness. and all its beauty. And all that I can do is watch as it charms its way through these moments. It makes all the little things become longer than life, larger than life, bigger than life expectation. And it feels like your name rings from the voice of the little birds singing just outside of this window. And I'm watching the clouds form themselves into magic. And there's your smile coming through again. And your pretty eyes complete with those amazing lashes, finding their way back to the mirror of mine, just like the first love song. You've made us turn into that, the rose, la rosa, the love, my forever, my daughter. Daddy loves you. Love Note 42, I'm just gonna skim through. And of the still water, where the large bird spreads its wings just before mealtime. And the morning is greeting him with everything. His feathers are swimming in the gentle wind as they were created to do. There's a quiet surrounding him, and I can feel it. Even as this dream keeps me in this moment, I can feel that very breeze, and it reminds me of you. And the last laugh we shared via text message. I can see your cheeks rosy and full of joy, that laugh that always spoke to me, even when I wasn't prepared to smile. Still, it forced me to crack open. It made splitting myself for you so easy, so simple. It was just like breathing. It felt like singing, even without a voice. I realize it's you, as it has always been. You. Love Note 44. I would love to see you right now, to hold you within my arms and listen to the blowing wind fight its way through the bubble of forever love, the forever love we share. Nothing in this world can separate us. Your heartbeat has become my beacon, and I am intoxicated, addicted, and imprisoned by your narcotism. If ever there was a drug of choice, my dearest heart, you are the only one acceptable, now and always. Yeah, I'm gonna read two more and I'm gonna talk. This one is folded, so I'm gonna read it. It's number 70. When you were a baby, that toddler age was getting from one room to another. It was some sort of backwards scooting deal across the floor when nap times were on your schedule only. You would shake the railings of the crib the moment you saw someone's eyes open. Such a good baby you were. Quiet enough to let mom and daddy sleep until we awakened. One time we left the Vaseline atop the shelf, and you decided you wanted to play beauty shop without a mirror, and the Vaseline became styling gel. It was makeup and lip gloss and chin wax, and we woke up in a panic. As the sun shined across the petroleum that you were bathed in, I jumped up so fast I left my heart underneath the covers. I yelled your name and you began to laugh. You pointed to the spot where you had got the Vaseline from, as to say, you thought it was yours because we left it there for you. And we laughed as we tried to wash away the slick and shiny along your pretty brown skin. You've always been perfect, baby girl. even on a sick day or a day that you weren't as happy as I would have liked you to be. Still, at the end of the day, no one, nothing holds the innermost key to my happiness. Nothing besides you. I want to read this one. This is going to be my last one. Love Note 71. Thank you all for watching my video. And your mom used to say, according to this world, there was God and then me, your dad, and that everyone else, oddly enough, sometimes she would say that depending on your mood. Even God seemed to have to take a back seat to me when you were a child. It was a cute time. But then I thought about that. And I had to realize a few things. One of the most important ones was you, dear heart, have had something that neither your mom or I had ever had. In fact, neither has your siblings shared such an experience. To live the majority of your days under the same roof as your biological father. I've not been perfect, baby girl. I too have suffered from so much devastation and brokenness, but you saw past all of those things. And you made many moments feel like bliss was harbored beneath the same roof we lived in, under that same roof. It was you who taught me that love and being perfect had nothing to do with each other. It was you who taught me that in this life, you can have so much by simply embracing what everyone else prays for. It was you who taught me to not give up on those loved ones who didn't understand, but don't give up so much of myself that I cannot return. It was your strength that kept me fighting, baby girl, from the many hospital stays that left us uncertain. So I would hold you for hours and try to hold back tears because I had to be a strong presence. It was your resilience and your will that taught me how to say, so what? I'm still here. It was you, your energy, your unwillingness to give in to what those doctors said. They looked in your eyes that said, no, don't let them operate on me because I will get through this. It was your energy. It was your strength. It was you. Still is. As it was then, you, the warrior princess, the fighter, you are the champ and the greatest gift I've ever received. It's you. And the way you show me how to love and how to hold on to love. Baby girl, it's just